Man, what's happening, y'all? We got One Piece 1107. Luffy over here is hella mad. And honestly, this is a big laugh to the people that were trying to say that Gear 5 was too goofy because he saw Vegapunk and was laughing. No, Luffy just realized that Vegapunk was hurting this chapter. And as you see, Luffy got pissed and he started giving Saturn the hands. And we have Kizaru, who is still trying to shoot at Bonnie and Vegapunk. And you already know Sanji, the king, the MVP of this arc like he is, blocked this attack and told Kizaru love shines brighter than light. And we also have Sanji with his eyebrows turned around, so you can say that he's in his journal mode. He over here lighting his cigarette up, so you know he about to put in that work. And then we have Luffy and Sanji standing beside each other, ready to take on Kizaru to protect Vegapunk, because Vegapunk cannot move because he knows that if he does, it's going to result in him dying. So right now it's only Sanji, Luffy, and Vegapunk because Frankie, Bonnie, Kuma, and Atlas flew away. So we literally just have Sanji, Luffy, and Kizaru along with Vegapunk. So we're finna get the best 2v1 fight. Honestly, Admirals, I'm going to give you the most respect. Kizaru, honestly, you've earned so much respect from what I had from you from the beginning of the arc to right now. Kizaru, honestly, you've earned the utmost respect. I made a video on Yonkos versus Admirals, and honestly, I might have to take that video down because I don't know what I was talking about in that video. It was straight nonsense. I got to start respecting the Admirals. Admirals are just amazing, and I think everybody else has to start respecting Admirals in respect to Yonko, because this is Luffy's second time going Gear 5, and we have Kizaru, who really hasn't got that much rest outside of him respectfully getting knocked down by Luffy. But other than that, Kizaru really hasn't had that much chance to rest. He's been at go all this time, and along with Sanji wasn't really resting either, which is why I say he's the MVP of this arc. But this 2v1 can end in a lot of amazingly potential ways. Do I think that Kizaru is going to stand a chance? I hope Kizaru shows us an awakening, because I'm just going to be completely honest with you. We have Sanji with his journal mode, and then he has Ifrit Janbei on top of that with Luffy in Gear 5. Kizaru is most likely not going to win this fight, and I don't think it's going to be that hard of a fight for Luffy and Sanji. So I'm expecting Kizaru to please cross our fingers to pull out some type of awakening, because if Kizaru doesn't, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not looking good for him. He is most definitely going to lose. And we had an interesting conversation between Saturn and some of the people on Blackbeard's crew. We have Katarina Devine touching Saturn's leg with her hand, and now she says mission accomplished. So like at this point now, Katarina Devine can now transform into Saturn. So I honestly don't know what they have in mind or what type of mission they accomplished, because even Saturn asked like, bro, what is your mission? Like, what are you guys' goal? And Katarina Devine and Van Augur said the world. So then we had Saturn, who tried to attack both of them, but Van Augur warped away. And then we have the little snake, the little sneaky snake Caribou, who tried to ask to be on the Blackbeard crew. Honestly, this moment between them was kind of overshadowed by all the hype at the beginning of the chapter, but this is something to look at because Saturn already knew about Blackbeard's bloodline. So we kind of start to think about, how did Saturn know about Blackbeard's bloodline? There's only one person that pops in mind, and it's Shanks when he went over. And you know, honestly, we gotta say he snitched. Shanks snitched. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go ahead and put that on the table. You know, I mess with Shanks. I mess with Shanks heavily, but if this is how Saturn found out about Blackbeard's bloodline and it's because of Shanks, I'm not gonna lie, Shanks, he snitched. He ratted. So you know, I'm gonna take away 2 of Shanks's cool points. You know, Shanks, you lost a couple cool points because you're going to go tell on Blackbeard rather than go ahead and handle him yourself. But it may be something about Blackbeard's bloodline that makes him so powerful that even Shanks himself had to go tell the Gorosei about it. It seems as if we get some type of update on the Zoro versus Lucci fight. I mean, it's been so long since they've even tried to pan on this fight. And we have Zoro and Lucci, and they are still fighting. And honestly, I said a couple videos ago that I did not think Zoro and Lucci are still fighting to this point. I said that everything after Wano, if we really thought that Zoro was still going to be fighting Lucci, then we were crazy. But it seems as if Zoro has a different motive than just trying to kill or slaughter Lucci. We have Lucci mocking Zoro as always. And also, Zoro didn't have his bandana on. Zoro didn't have any flames on his sword. We have Zoro telling Lucci, you are not the one who controls the duration of this battle. So I think it's pretty obvious now that Zoro is just stalling this for whatever reason he may have. I'm not sure why Zoro is stalling this fight, but you know, it is what it is. We have Sanji and Luffy versus Kizaru. I know a lot of people wanted Zoro to fight Kizaru, and honestly, I thought that would have been an amazing fight too, but you know, we're here. It is what it is. We still have an amazing fight between Luffy and Sanji versus Kizaru, and honestly, that is the highlight of this chapter, and I think it's going to be the highlight of next chapter as well. I feel like this fight is going to be so interesting because I just don't see any way Kizaru can really work around having to fight Gear 5 and also having to fight Sanji right next to it, because as we know, Sanji is so versatile in the air. So the fact that Gear 5 can be taken from below while Sanji's in the air fighting Kizaru, honestly, Kizaru is going to have to pull out some type of awakening that everybody's kind of been hypothesizing might happen, because honestly, we're at the point where I could possibly seeing this egghead arc concluding within the next couple chapters, because it's really seeming like we're finna bounce off this island any moment now. So stay tuned on that. Y'all let me know what you think about this fight between Luffy, Sanji, and Kizaru. Do you think Kizaru is really gonna pull off the 1v2? Obviously the plot is going to say otherwise, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that Kizaru is gonna have some type of awakening? And finally, do y'all think Zoro is gonna finish Lucci off, or do you think we finna have a 2v1 with Lucci versus Zoro and Jinbei, which we just can't have that. We can't have that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and until next time, peace out.